on the road by 9.
Because
I have to be in San Antonio by 2.
that's not what you said there. You said you had to be there by 1. Okay. That's one correction. Okay, keep on going.
Completely irrelevant.
No, it's not either.
All right. So we get on the road at 10, and then by the time we jack around, it's of course 10:30. And your father decides to drive like, gee, how can I put it? An asshole. And so he is even outdoing his normal inappropriate self. And he is
Dad, say it out loud.
driving probably averaging 80 miles an hour in my car. And he's weaving in and out. He's racing up on people, cutting, well, and according to the policeman, cutting them off.
Hartley, does any of this surprise you?
I know. So we are in.
Dad, does this surprise
we
you?
are not even in Waxahachie.
Dad.
Look at this.
Dad.
We're not even in Waxahachie.
Does
We've
any of that
driven
surprise
for
you?
20 minutes. And I've been screaming at him, and I'm getting the response back, all you do is nag, and everything. So all of a sudden, he gets pulled over, and he goes, he's not pulling me over. I'm like, seriously, dude? And so he goes, he's pulling me over. So
I was dumbfounded anytime he gets pulled over.
So
I didn't run that red light.
So then the guy, it's a black SUV that's all black everywhere. It doesn't have any lights on the top. But then all of a sudden, they're like lights. I don't even know where they're
Our
every.
battery's on.
Oh shit! Okay.
We gotta stop.
We gotta stop.
Right where
That's a
it is.
commercial.
Okay. So
God, why are you so old?
he does this to him. He won't even come up to the car. He motions for him to come out. He's like a Mexican in full fatigue paratrooper crap. And he's got his hand on his holster, resting on his holster like, he's either kidnapped a woman, he's a drug dealer, he's a drunk maniac trying to...
Dad, did he do that?
He did. This is not an exaggeration. You couldn't make this up. We're going to roll it back. It's fine. This isn't even it. And so I am back here looking at this guy that comes, it'd be like, he was about my height. It'd be like me yelling at Daddy, only he's like this, and he is just in his grill. I mean, he is up there, just pointing his finger. And
So Dad was probably used to it then.
And, Daddy's over here kind of, the hand motions, and then all of a sudden he did the thing with the side to the mouth, and they both turned and looked at me, and I'm like, he's throwing me under the bus. He's saying that it's because of me, and the guy's over here going, oh yeah, I got a bitch at home too. I know what it's like. It's horrible. Yeah, oh, okay, I get it now. I didn't get it. So then all of a sudden he's kind of calming down. And then he comes up and he goes, I need to see your driver's license. And I thought, what the hell did he say to this guy that he hasn't seen my driver's
It wasn't
license?
me. It was
I'm
him.
a passenger. So I have on my sunglasses. I hand him my little driver's license. And he's looking at it and he goes, so he was driving kind of fast. I went, I know, I'm sorry. I understand. And so then he said, he says he's trying to get you to an appointment in San Antonio at 2. And I go, well, yeah, but there's no way we're going to get there by 2. And he looks at me and goes, yeah, I know. And then he goes, I'm about to give him a bunch of tickets and put him in my car and take him away. Unless you promise me that he's not going to drive anymore. And he said, take off your sunglasses. I take off my sunglasses.
I had to take off my sunglasses.
And
That's the worst part.
He's leaning in on me, and I put my hand on his arm. I go, I promise. He goes, I don't want to promise where you let him drive and then right down the next ramp you pull off and he's driving. I said, look at me. I'm promising you. He's not driving my car anymore. I'm telling you that. I'm not lying to you. And he goes, I could give him for cutting people off, for race. I mean, he went through this whole list, and then finally, so we put Daddy in the passenger seat, and I drove down.
How many tickets did I get?
He didn't give me And really,
And Dad went on, never learning a lesson in his entire life.
I'm telling you, I just thought, here's my opportunity to go, You know, officer, he was scaring me to death.
Yes, throw his ass in jail.
He needs to be taught a lesson because he just refuses to listen.
Yeah,
Take it.
that's what I would have done.
I'd like to finish
Then
this.
I would have gotten in the car and driven down and had really a pretty nice time at the beach. I would have had dinner instead of not having dinner.
I'd like to finish the story
Yeah, go ahead.
the way it ended.
Okay.
So after he finished talking to Mom in the
Good, 'cause
back,
it's on.
he came back to talk to me
What
with
do you
a
say?
smile on his face. He said, Mr. Hobson, it's exactly like she said. She confessed that she had to be at a business meeting at 2 o'clock, and you had to drive fast to get down there in time
That
for the
is
meeting.
not true. You are such a liar. Oh my
No,
God.
did I call you a liar or anything up there? No, I didn't call you a liar. I'm just telling you the way it was. He said, I apologize, Mr. Hobson, for pulling you over.
That's how Dad's eulogy is
Well,
gonna
let's
be.
play the game.
Father the victim on the road.
Let's play.
The 90-mile-an-hour victim.
But let's play. Let's do something. Why don't you let your wife drive down there so it won't make me look too bad?
So on one hand, this cop was just a raging a-hole. On the other hand, he was just this kind, sensitive
And
person
so he
So
gave
what
looking to give
He said, "I
an elderly man
When
just
he
a hand.
was screaming at
He
you,
apologized. I'm still talking. So he apologized for pulling me over, and he said I'd give you a get out of jail free card if I had one, but I haven't got one. I gave it to on my last ticket. I gave a guy jail get out
You're
of jail
so
free
full of
card.
crap.
And
You don't
if
even
you
realize
he
it.
said if you continue to have problems with your wife, I advise you to send her to wife driving school, so she'll learn how to drive with you.
That's good. That's
properly.
good, Mom. You should take that advice
And
someday.
that's the way the story ended.
And Sadie.
I swear to God, everything is true what I said. And it's
Wait a
because it's Mom's fault.
it just gets better.
It's Mom's fault.
He was so sure when we got down there that he knew where we were going. That of course he sends me down an interstate at rush hour traffic the wrong direction, so it took another hour.
Bruce!
He just went in and out.
Okay.
Then we go to the Gray Moss Inn for dinner at 5:30, like we are 90 years old. We are the first people there, which turned out to be a really good thing because he ate half his salmon.
Senior Erpy pants.
I am about 2 bites into my steak because I don't eat quite as fast as he does. And he starts going like a dog. And I'm going, if you're going to throw up, you need to go to the bathroom. I'm not going to throw up. Chunks of salmon. The whole thing. It fills up his napkin. And he wraps it up and he goes, I'm fine now. Well, I'm like this. I'm horrified. I'm like looking at my plate going, I just need to get out of here. The waiter comes over and I said, I'm sorry, he's not feeling well. He's thrown up his meal over here. So he goes and gets another napkin and carries it off to throw into the trash. And then he starts
Just
doing
throwing
this
away
again. He's going, he's still throwing up. And then he goes out.
He was
gets
just
in
nervous.
The car.
He was nervous from getting pulled over.
He gets in the car. And he proceeds to, he refers to it as he was spitting out of the car. But spitting is
Stop!
an
I'm like
act-
about to throw
No,
up.
you
I'm like
need to hear
really
this 'cause
kidding.
this is my weekend. This is what I went through.
Getting hot in here?
I don't feel good.
So then he said, well, I was just spitting. Well, what he was doing was continuing to vomit
Dry
outside the
heaving.
car. And it's all on the side of my car. My car.
It's called dry
My
heaving.
beautiful little car.
And it
has
stayed
all
there.
of this
And it
on
stayed there until you got
And
back
it
from
stayed there
Dallas.
Until I asked him to wash it. I asked
3
him
days.
to wash it. I said, I need to just go wash it. I did.
We'll blame that one on the cop too.
And it, yeah. And
We'll
it
blame
didn't
that one on you
wash
being a
it
victim.
until Yesterday.
Wait, but that one's not Dad's fault. He's being a victim of the salmon industry.
Yeah, that's true.
Dad, tell me please.
Well, it really was Mom's fault.
Yeah, then we come down and I go, I just want to go to Roosevelt's and have some of that little crab, the little quail tails with risotto, and maybe a key lime pie, you know, and some shrimp.
It's
No,
Mom's fault.
you know what we did?
Pizzeria.
We drove to Corpus 2 nights in a row.
Why?
We saw Flight, which of course you can imagine that ranks on the, here are 100 movies. Rank Flight where you'd like to see it in order, you know, like look at the 100 movies. It's 100. Then we
Hey,
went to see
get away.
Total, whatever the name of that thing is, not Total Recall, Skyfall,
Go away.
the next night. Instead of eating dinner, I had popcorn and a Diet Coke 2 nights in a row, and I had from
He does this all the
Fort
time.
A Pizzeria. I just had to get something to eat, and I went in and grabbed a plate and sat down with these other people that had no teeth that were drinking beers and
Yes.
Mom,
having a
that's what
birthday
you wanted.
party,
You
and they
wanted
were
to
having
retire
their little
there.
and I'm like just
Yeah.
well hello.
Those are the typical people you have.
Having I had my 4 little slices of cold pizza, and you know what?
Ow.
I was so happy to have it that I didn't even care.
Sounds like Mom had a pretty good
Are you glad to
eventful
live and
weekend.
retire down there?
Well,
What do you think, Brutus?
we just got our stuff. We're never going back.
Why not?
I can't do it anymore.
You don't like Seaside. That's where are you gonna go?
Somehow my childhood,
I think she saw some
Place.
people down there she knew.
has been forever changed. I'm willing to acknowledge that I'm never going down here again.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not.
So we can't go to
How,
Seaside.
how long do you believe that's
We
gonna
can't go to
last?
Port Aransas. Where are we gonna go?
Well, we need
Hawaii!
we need a beach. I mean, Seaside.
Bahamas.
It's 4 feet and then it drops
Fiji.
off. and
Let's
then
become a skiing family.
You
Fiji.
can't. You can't even walk on the beach at Seaside. I mean, we need a beach. Evidently, it does.
Clearwater's nice.
There's more of a.
Hold on. Clearwater's nice, and it's only a 2-hour flight southwest.
You're damn right. You can be on the beach.
Why don't we
You can be
try
on the beach.
In 2.5 hours.
You can
do
leave
that.
at lunchtime and
Let's
be
try
on the
like
beach before
Crested
the sun
View.
goes down.
Before you get hungry
Let's
again.
try like Aspen or Crested View.
No, there's a beach there.
That is really true. We could catch a flight and be in 2.5 hours, be in Clearwater, and a half hour later.
And it wasn't
be on
even
the beach.
expensive.
No.
Round trip would have been less than gas.
So he regaled me with stories of the people are so trashy.
Are they the ugliest women
The
you've ever
beach.
seen anywhere on any beach? Oh, that hurts.
The
that hurts.
beach has
Hurts,
mud,
hurts.
is made of mud. It's not made of sand.
Well, that is a muddy water beach. We talk about that.
Seaside, I can't walk on the beach.
You guys are.
Let's try Hawaii.
You guys are champions of
Come here.
I know. All right, it's time for Modern Family. I need to.
Bruce, I need a
It's
kiss.
just-
Time to stop
it's
communicating.
8 o'clock.
Time to start communicating with one
That's
another.
throw. So we're like, I'm about to throw up.
It's
So you
time to
say
go
I'm
back
Marvin
to
King.
Bruce, give me
Reminds me
I
of
hope this wasn't-
reminds me of family dinner down in New Orleans.
I was in-
Oh God.
Nasty.
Can we go to New